All right, we got some major breaking news, and I want to give a salute to Carla Jenkins for sending me this on Twitter. In that, Vince McMahon, the longtime CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, has decided to retire. Now, on his official Twitter account, he has came out and said this: at 77, time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe. Then, now, forever, together. Hashtag WWE, hashtag thankful. Now, this comes on the heels of a multitude of allegations that has came out against him. And I detailed those allegations on this very platform. He also put out another statement saying, as I approach 77 years old, I feel it's time for me to retire as chairman and CEO of WWE. McMahon said in a statement released by the sports entertainment company, throughout the years, it's been a privilege to help WWE bring you joy, inspire you, thrill you, surprise you, and always entertain you. I'd like to thank my family for mightily contributing to our success, and I would also like to thank all of our past and present superstars and employees for their dedication and passion for our brand. Most importantly, I would like to thank our fans for allowing us into your homes every week and being your choice of entertainment. I hold the deepest appreciation and admiration for our generations of fans all over the world who have liked, currently like, and sometimes even love our form of sports entertainment. Now, retirement comes after it was announced in June that he would be stepping down from his role as chairman and CEO of WWE amid an ongoing investigation to allegations that he paid out millions of dollars to multiple women to keep quiet about his alleged affairs and misconduct. Now, the Wall Street Journal was the first to report this story. He paid out millions of dollars to multiple women to keep quiet about alleged affairs and misconduct. The Wall Street Journal reported that McMahon ultimately paid out a total of $12 million as part of the agreements. He went on to say in the statement that his stepdaughter Stephanie and WWE President Nick Khan will serve as co-CEOs upon his departure, with Stephanie serving as the chairwoman. She's been named interim CEO when her father initially stepped down. Since taking the company public, McMahon remains WWE biggest shareholder. So it looks like Stephanie McMahon will become permanent CEO along with Nick Khan. Now, it will be interesting to see how Triple H plays in all this, and who would head up creative and who would head up other things. John Laurinaitis, for all intents and purposes, he's a goner as well. He's been replaced by Bruce Pritchard. Now, for those of you who may not be aware who Bruce Pritchard is, back in the day, he was Brother Love. He was the guy that first introduced The Undertaker. 'Cause I love you. Right? Anywho, obviously this announcement will send shockwaves throughout the world of professional wrestling and media at large. He's a third generation promoter, having taken over WWE, who was then the WWF, from his father, Vince McMahon Sr. in the 80s. Now, for those of you who may not be aware of this, but professional wrestling had territories back in the day. Like in the Deep South, like in Texas, you had World Class Championship Wrestling, who was ran by the Von Erichs. You had Deep South Wrestling. You had NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, that was ran by Jim Crockett Promotions. Wrestling had its own territories back in the 80s, back in the day. But Vince McMahon wanted to break from the territorial scene, because the WWF at the time was up in Stamford, Connecticut. They controlled most of the Northeast. But Vince McMahon wanted to break away from that, and he wanted to take the wrestling concept global. He put all his chips on the table with the very first WrestleMania in 1985. You had the tag team main event with Hulk Hogan and Mr. T going against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and I can't remember who the other guy was that was in that main event. But so with that, you know, success at WrestleMania 1 in Madison Square Garden, and at that time, there was no such thing as pay-per-view. Everything was on closed circuit television. So you had that. Roddy Piper, that's his name. How could I forget that? Roddy Piper. Oh yeah, you had the AWA, American Wrestling Alliance, with Vern Gagne. Yep. Like I said, back in the day, wrestling had all his territories and all that. What's up, J Dog? Salute to you, bro. And then as you know, the WWF got more popular. They used, Hulk Hogan as the springboard for the success of WWF. Yet you had your other stars like Macho Man Randy Savage, the Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, Roddy Piper, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, the Junkyard Dog, the King Harley Race, Bobby the Brain Heenan, who's a notorious heel manager, right? Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, all those guys, right? But Hulk Hogan was the biggest superstar in that company back then. And he was the mainstream headliner that Vince McMahon would use to springboard WWE into this level that it's at now. So, he built the company. He took the company to new heights, man. But these sex allegations and these sexual misconduct allegations to do you in. This man was supposed to have a documentary on Netflix. It was in post production and everything. And then when the allegations came out, Netflix pulled the plug on that. So, and then we all know, but the characters, the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the Undertakers, the Rocks, the D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, Mankind, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Batista, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, the Street Profits, the Usos. We can go on and on and on. The New Day, on and on and on of the multitude of characters that have succeeded under the WWE realm. Bianca Belair, Naomi, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, The Fiend Bray Wyatt. We can go on and on and on, but there is countless people that they dropped the ball on. Right? Of course, how could I forget the almighty Bobby Lashley? That's my man right there. You know what I'm saying? Happy belated birthday to the almighty Bobby Lashley. Right? But look at the superstars they dropped the ball on severely. Would it be Ryback? Would it be Bryan Danielson? Even though he, or Daniel Bryan, even though he had a level of success within WWE, but I feel that they didn't maximize his talent like that. Even though he enjoyed a level of success in WWE, CM Punk was another one who, while he enjoyed a level of success within WWE, they didn't maximize his star power. Wade Barrett, another guy they dropped the ball on. Bray Wyatt. Zack Ryder. The Nexus. We go down the line of how of the superstars that WWE had that they dropped the ball on severely. Adam Cole. Rusev, who's now Miro in AEW. They had Mauro Ranallo. And you had the bullying allegations by from JBL, which caused Mauro Ranallo to leave WWE. Now, there's words that Mauro Ranallo is in talks to do commentary for AEW, right? I mean, how many other wrestlers that we haven't that I hadn't talked about? Yeah, thank you, Josh. You got Finn Balor, Mark Henry, Samoa Joe, all those guys they dropped the ball on. Shinsuke Nakamura, another guy they dropped the ball on. So, yeah, man. And we can go down the line. But all in all, Vince McMahon is retiring from WWE. Now, where does this lead? Does this investigation continue that could potentially lead to criminal charges? I don't know. Highly unlikely when we in this white supremacist concept. Vince McMahon will be protected. He'll be protected. And it's unlikely that anybody in law enforcement is going to go after this man. So he'll be protected. So this is where we are right now. Once again, Vince McMahon has retired from WWE and all his activity. What's up, Reef? Salute to my brother Reef, the watcher in the building. So he's retired. So will WWE close the investigation? We'll see. So we'll have to see how WWE does a video for Vince McMahon tonight for SmackDown, and who's going to head up creative, who's going to lead the creative team in WWE, or does Triple H go back to NXT, or will he do both? Now, as far as him and Linda McMahon go, rumor has it that Vince and Linda McMahon are separated, and they only married by in paper, but they are separated. Now, does the whole thing does it have to do with his allegations of misconduct and affairs and whatnot? Possibly. It's very possible that could be the reason why Linda and Vince don't live together, allegedly. But that's the rumor. Linda and Vince McMahon do not live together. They have separate homes, and they are married by and on paper. Yeah, Justin Roberts, the ring announcer. Yeah, I actually met him one day. I actually met Justin Roberts when AEW came to DC. And shout out to the LVZ NBA Talk. You know what I'm saying? He put me on that piece of information. When AEW was coming to DC, he told me that that they was gonna be there that Friday to go to that Friday for Rampage. And so I went there, got to see AEW Dark before they had the Rampage show. Met Justin Roberts, met CM Punk, met Tony Khan. Tony Khan's a real nice guy, man. And then, I was on a Lyft ride, and then I came up with I met Justin Roberts and the Best Friends. That's Trent Forrest and I can't remember the other guy's name. But it wasn't Orange Cassidy, it was another dude. I can't remember the other guy. Man, for the life of me, I cannot remember the other member of the Best Friends. Chuck Taylor. There's Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. But anywho, back to WWE. Now, for those who may not be aware, SummerSlam is next Saturday night at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. How does this affect SummerSlam? How does it affect WWE going forward now that Vince McMahon is no longer have any hand in anything regarding WWE? At least of what we know of. Now, will Stephanie call him from time to time to get advice or, to get some creative directions and things of that nature? Yeah. Josh, Stephanie McMahon will take over. So when she stepped down, when Vince McMahon stepped down, Stephanie McMahon was the head. She took over as CEO of WWE. So now she's probably going to make things permanent. Yeah, I think Nick Khan should be gone. I'm not a fan of Nick Khan, to be honest with you. So I think he should be gone. How do you let the number one money getter in Bray Wyatt? How you let him go? How you let him just walk away? Man, you should be able to give that dude whatever he wants. Nick Khan also let go of Ric Flair too. But Ric Flair said he requested his release. But I think part of that was because of Nick Khan. But anyway, once again, for those of you that just came in here, former CEO of WWE, Vince McMahon, has decided to retire amidst the allegations of some hush money that he paid out to some women he was dealing with. Now, there are some other aspects to those allegations I talked about in detail on this platform right here, so feel free to check out those videos. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!